Hello and welcome to part 7 of my Let's Play of Atelier Totori. So after that quick little tour that we had with Arland, we are ready to go out and adventure, and this time in the area surrounding Arland, in order to meet our next rank up. And we get it all popped up since we ranked up last time. Still a little ways away before we get to anything overly interesting. But first up, we're going to hit up this old path that we skipped last time due to our amount of space that we had from our inventory. This is also kind of another reason you want to have space, because you actually can get a lot of wood here in this little cutscene. But if you have a full inventory space, you don't get nearly as much. It's low quality stuff, so it's not really overly important. But wood is actually kind of a rare commodity in this game versus in Verona, so it's always good to have some. It's always good to have some in the bank. And as we gather, we get quakestone or quake crystals. These are very important pieces of ingredients. It's used to make lightning bombs, which are actually fairly nice. It's also a mineral that can be used in a lot of other different things as well, such as ingots and such like that. They generally come with some pretty good attributes as well. And of course the cotton, but it's not all that important, the cotton.
Filthy little things.
We're also doing some quests along the way as well.
I didn't even warm up yet.
Even without the higher level gear and weapons, this is kind of the starting area for Arland, so the baddies aren't going to be that tough, with one exception, and when we get to that area I'll address it. But basically, this is if you were to continuing adventures without going back to Alanya, or going straight back to Arland after going back to Alanya at the beginning. So that's why these are pretty simple stuff. With that said, you're going to be fighting these punies, whatever, throughout the entire game. They're all over the place. And they don't really ever increase in level either. So, you know, it's good, I guess, for some quick quests. But overall, They're kind of more of a hindrance than anything else. Now you can see I'm getting kind of close to turning in my quests, so this is when traveling and gathering and everything else, you kind of have to plan things out a little bit more than normal, or you're gonna lose a quest. So we'll hit up this area, and this is where things increase quite a bit. These mobs here start getting pretty difficult. Yeah, at the lower levels. The wolves obviously aren't that much of a problem, but those salamanders can actually be quite a bit of a pain. So kind of watch out for those. But I do believe this is another area that you can get some rank up point or some quests for gathering everything like that. So it's another one that you're gonna want to have some time to go around and do what you need to do. And you notice when we entered into that old path, we got that plus 20 points for the. You can have some geographical bonuses as well if you do certain areas. So if you at least go to certain areas within a certain venue, like South Peninsula, North Peninsula, things around Arland, things around Alanya, that you get points for doing that, just for going to them. So, you know, we'll be going to all the areas, so you don't really have to worry too much about that. So, you know. So now here we are. We don't have a whole lot of time to travel on, and we still have a mob that we still need to get for our quest. And I was very lucky to hit it on my travels. You do have some sort of random mechanic through, at least through the map area. Sometimes they can be actually quite challenging, and other times not so much. But it did what it needed to do, so... Now, in this area, we'll be coming here a lot, this particular area. It's got a lot of things that are sort of important. It's a small area, but it comes with some pretty good values, and it's pretty close to Arland as far as travel time goes.
Isn't this our chance to hit first? Now, prepare yourself.
Those air ponies can actually be kind of difficult as well. They hit pretty hard, and there's generally a lot of them in a battle. But if you use those skills that you should have by now, like I just showed there, then they're pretty much even at lower levels. It's this sucker, your Griffith. This one can be extremely difficult with lower gear. It's actually a pretty tough little mob. Thing is you do get some bonus points for killing like 15 griffins or whatever the case need be. So you'll be stopping by here. They'll respawn every time. You can see that he hits pretty hard too. So that can normally be a pretty difficult battle, but it's one that you're going to be repeating a lot throughout the game to get to that point, and you get that bonus 50 right there. That's a pretty nice little bonus. And those distilled stones, again, those things are pretty valuable and pretty rare. And then you got this well here, which is another free unlimited source of water, but at a slightly better grade than what you find in the cities.
This is nothing. Yeah. Leave it to me. I didn't even warm up yet.
So with all our quests done, go ahead and quickly turn those in. Now, here's the first quest that we got that has no time limit. Basically, those you want to always accept when they come in, but you don't always want to immediately
Really wary
turn
of
in.
people, Billy. Huh? How did you know? I thought it was really obvious. I guess you can tell. I'm sorry. I'm trying really hard to get over it. You don't have to apologize to me. So, why are you working as a receptionist if you know you're so shy? Well, my older sister forced it on me. Sister? You have an older sister? Yeah. Until a little while ago, she was working here instead of me. She loved this job and worked here for a long time. But before she realized it, she was Well, what happened? I felt a cold chill run down my spine. Anyway, she was getting mature and grew out of this job. Oh, you kind of changed your wording. She wouldn't be able to get a boyfriend, let alone married at this rate. So she set out to get a husband. And she forced me to take her place. Is that what happened? Your sister seems really amazing. I'm glad mine is pretty normal.
Basically, the reasoning for that is one of the things that you have to do as far as quest-wise to get some rank points is completing a certain number of quests before receiving more or getting repeated quests. This can be a bit of a challenge to do, so that's why you want to store those limit ones as they come along so that you can easily do those quests. And here we have Mimi basically changing her her hiring spot from Alanya to Arland, which it gets kind of annoying, mainly because you only really have two characters that you can hire from Alanya, and everyone else is in is basically in Arland. So that kind of stinks. Especially if you have your favorites, you know, you can't very easily switch them in and out. And all your favorites are going to be in pretty much one place or the other. So It's kind of annoying, but whatever. Basically, her spot that she's going to be hanging out in is going to be the Adventurers Guild. So that's where you would want to go to hire her.
Excuse me. Oh, hi. What do you need today?
Nothing much. You know how you're still new here?
Yeah?
I thought you might appreciate a short tour of the town. Knowing shop locations might be useful.
I'm okay, thanks. I walked around town and said hi to the shopkeepers already.
Oh, is that so?
Is there anything else you wanted?
Nothing. I just dropped by because I happened to be in the area. Good day.
Why was she mad?
I don't know at that point if you hadn't already gone to the stores, if you get something different. I never really played through a case in which I hadn't already done that. I would doubt it would be anything overly special.
Your timing is perfect as usual. I just finished preparing things.
What? What do you mean, things?
Did you forget, kiddo? I said I was preparing to do a new kind of work for you.
Now that you mention it, I'm sorry. Sometimes I just forget stuff.
Yeah, I get it. It might sound rude, but you always look like you're walking around with your head in the clouds. Now I'm getting a little worried. You sure you can be an adventurer, kiddo?
It makes me really depressed when I hear random people worrying about me.
Really? Anyway, back to the main topic. So about this new work. You order it, I'll make you some unique equipment.
I order it?
That's right. You're at the age where I'm sure there are clothes you want to wear or weapons you want to swing.
I'm not sure about the weapon part.
All you have to do is bring me the materials and I'll do the rest.
Thanks for the offer, but are you sure? It seems like a lot of work, and you look really busy all the time, too.
Don't worry about it. It's a little hobby of mine. I originally started this with your teacher, kiddo. It's actually fun when I start getting into it. I was thinking of resuming it when I found the right customer.
Oh, if that's the case, I'll do it.
All right. Now let me explain in detail. Listen real careful, okay? That's it. It got long-winded, but did you catch all that?
Yes, I think. Somewhat.
Come on, you sure you're okay? The next time you come here, I don't want to hear you say you forgot it all. I don't want to be mean, but your fire isn't burning too bright to me, kiddo.
Jeez, okay already. I'll be fine. I'll definitely never ever forget.
And basically what that all is this the same thing that we had in Verona, where we can order our gear. We can turn in the equipment, different types of ingots, different types of cloth, and in return we get new and improved weapons and armor. Unlike Verona, it's a little bit easier to differentiate what type of ingots and cloth you're making. It's based off of the type of material and the quality and stuff like that, so it's a little bit easy to differentiate what you're going to make. But it works in the exact same way. You build it, you pay. It's a service charge in addition to supplying the materials. But that's how you upgrade your gear. Disassembles, basically, if you have a piece of armor that you really want the attributes for, you can have them disassemble it, and you can actually get those ingots of cloths back so that you can reuse it. Really, I never really found this to be overly helpful. It costs $500 per item to disassemble, and they sell for a lot more, and really, with maybe a few exceptions near the very end of the game, you're pretty much going to always be able to get additional attributes, and really you can't use low-level ingots to do anything higher level, so it's a give or take. It's just kind of I never really found too much of a point or use for it. Mileage may differentiate, but really, even on my initial playthroughs of both Rorona and Totori, it just never really was all that great. Unless, of course, when he makes armor, some of the attributes could be randomly applied to it, so you're not always guaranteed that you're going to get what you want in a piece of armor or weaponry, and there I can kind of see it. But really, 500 is pretty expensive for it, and really, attributes are pretty widely common, with a few exceptions, but again, that's much later on in the game, and at that point, it really doesn't make too much of a difference. And with that, we get that free book on how to do basic things. And of course, if you bought anything from them, and basically all that this is different items and different types of the metals and cloth and stuff like that that you can do. As you can see, all the different types that you can make are listed out as different things that you can make, instead of actually being the result of your alchemy, like in Verona. So that's why it makes it a little bit easier when it comes to creating the items that you need in order to upgrade your gear. Also keep in mind when you're doing this with your attributes, that the attributes kind of have to make sense with what you're going to go with. Meaning you're not going to get an attack +5 with your armor. You're only going to get attack +5 or whatever with your weapon. And you don't expect, resistance to come in with your weapon either. Or elemental damage to be added to your armor. So you can kind of use that as a little bit of a gauge on what you can or cannot use and what will transfer over to an actual item that you get. And these equipment that you can make, basically, these are an accessory that you can also equip with your character. And as you can see, we're ready to rank up, but we're not going to do that quite yet. Basically, we still have some quests that we're going to want to do, primarily to get that. Each level that you rank up, basically, you have a quest that you have to do that requires you to accomplish 10 quests or 10 whatever per level. And you can only get it at that level. So once you rank up and you haven't done it yet, it's not like you can go back and do it. So it's points that you can only get per level, and that's what you're going to want to accomplish. Also, I found it was kind of easy to keep in mind of the areas, so you don't get overwhelmed with it. You're going to want to explore as much as you can per level before just keep on ranking up whenever you can, and then not knowing what level was appropriate with what rank and stuff like that. So it kind of makes it a little bit easier to manage ranking up. For this first set of ranking up, you're gonna have plenty of time. Your rank points are gonna come in pretty fast, and you really don't have a whole lot to worry about as far as missing your dates or anything else like that. As long as you're doing stuff, you're gonna be okay.
Didn't even warm up yet. Filthy little things. Ha! Not that.
That was way too easy.
And this is the last area around Arland, the Nibble Lake River or whatever. You don't have as much freedom in here as you did in Verona. But it is a good source for the penguins and what they can drop and everything else in this upper area. I think there's like those cocoa beans or cocoa whatever, not cocoa beans, but...
That was way too easy.
Yeah, cocoa fruit. So it's a good source for that, and also just to kind of know whenever if you get the penguin quests in Arland, it's kind of tricky because since the quests are shared between the two locations, it's very well possible that you will get a quest to go out and kill 10 of something that is only available in the other area, or in the area around the other city. And you lose a ton of time traveling between the two cities. That's why I kind of like separating it out for each rank, spend the time around each of the different cities or whatever, so you don't have to spend so much time going back and forth. That you can potentially miss your quest because you're not anywhere close to an area that actually has the mobs that you need to kill. Thankfully, unlike Verona, you can actually see the mobs and the ingredients and everything that are in the area without having to actually going to the area, which is a very nice little change. And take out the griffin one more time.
Then, let's get this done.
What should I do?
No, you don't. Didn't feel a thing. Here I go. Ready and ha!
I didn't even warm up yet.
Oh, isn't this our chance to hit first?
Yeah! Leave it to me! Ha! This is nothing. Yeah!
Hooray! I won!
I will end this in an instant. Yeah! Leave it to me! Ha!
That was way too easy.
And that's the Iron Artisan. That's the 10 quests for that particular rank. And since we're done with the exploring the area around Arland, we are going to go ahead and rank up.
Good. You have enough points. Welcome to rank 3.
Thank you very much.
You're moving at a good pace. I assume you're getting used to this adventurer business.
I don't know about that. I think I still have a lot to learn.
That's not really inspiring confidence. You're no longer a rookie, so you have to pull yourself together.
I guess. I'm not a rookie. I'll try to pull myself together.
Something seems off when you say it. I guess it's not a bad start, though. Keep it...
And that'll do it for this part of the Let's Play of Atelier Totori. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, God bless.